Hello and welcome back to another My First video. In this one, we're going to be talking about reference data, how to export and import your reference data. Starting in Sparx can be a complicated effort without the proper first steps. In this channel, we attempt to help shorten the learning curve as you progress. One of the first challenges is establishing reusable and repeatable configuration of your Sparx projects. Are you using Sparx Enterprise Architect for UML modeling and wondering what reference data is? Do you need to reuse key model elements, report templates, patterns, project settings, and custom stereotypes efficiently? In this video, we're going to walk through everything you need to know about reference data and how to export and import it. So let's get started. All right, so let's say that your team, your shop, your company has been working on a project. This is your first project. You've worked hard to build it out, get everything set just the way you want, and you're getting ready to start a new project in a different project instance. And you don't want to have to redo your reports, your images, your types, or any of that. So what do? So the first thing we're going to do is export our reference data. We're going to go to the Settings tab, and I'm in Sparx version 17, build 1704. We're going to go to Transfer in the Model panel or group, and we're going to go all the way down here to Export Reference Data, right? We're going to select it. And we're going to select the reference data that we want to export. But first, what is reference data in Sparx Enterprise Architect? It is a powerful feature that allows you to store, reuse, and share critical model elements across multiple projects. Instead of manually recreating the same UML profiles, report templates, tag values, diagram styles, and if you're into script automation, scripts, you can save them as reference data and apply them to future models, future projects. This is especially useful if you're working with large-scale UML models, team-based projects, or standardizing modeling frameworks across your company, shop, and projects. These are the items you're allowed to export in Sparx, and I start from the bottom up, just go through the ones that I want to choose, select them. Like for instance, here, maybe I just want model images. I definitely want the glossary, and maybe I want some other things. Here's a note: never export security unless you know what you're doing. This is for model admins only, all right? People that are trained in your shop on Sparx. This can be very dangerous if you export it and then import it into another. You might have to start the project over because you've corrupted something or creating conflicts. Next one is estimating factors. Only use this if you're doing estimating in Sparx. That'll be a later, more advanced area. UML types. This is very important, especially if you're dealing with patterns and tagged values. Cardinality, you normally are never going to change, but if you customized your cardinality types, then you're going to want to export that. Same thing goes with stereotypes. Right? If you've created custom stereotypes, which I recommend you do not unless you know what you're doing. You do not want to add a bunch of garbage and then ripple it across projects. Don't check stereotypes. We'll talk more about that in the channel, right? Maintenance, again, if you've customized or altered anything, you're going to do that. Project indicators, right? Like risk type, if you created any custom. Otherwise, just take the canned ones. They work just fine. People, if you are migrating or constantly reusing the same model authors in your shop or enterprise, bring those across. Roles, you definitely, if you're customize these, you want to be consistent in your project roles, even your resources, but project roles in particular across your projects. General types, unless you've customized any of these, I would not deal or alter any of these. However, when it comes to requirement types, I did or do create custom requirement types that I want to use in particular company environments, such as the notion of a business requirement, all right? Or various types of requirements that Sparx doesn't provide, all right? Let's go down to the bottom and make sure we've got everything, all right? Now, when it comes to model data types, unless you've done anything custom with your model data types, don't mess around with that. You'll learn about code, DDL, transformation, especially CSV templates. I happen to have one in here, but I'm not bringing it across. HTML templates, not going to bring those across. We use the Sparx default one. Same with RTF. However, in the documents, you can see we created a lot of custom templates that we want to reuse. So we check up here and we get all of them. All right. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Team library, more advanced subject. If you're dealing with team library, you want to bring that across. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to share team libraries across your various projects. Automation. This is very important. If you're dealing with script automation, you want to bring those across in your projects to projects. All right. And then that's all we're going to do at this particular time. Go back up from the bottom up. Check to make sure you didn't miss anything. You can always come back and export this again and import it back into the project. It'll just write over the current reference data that you have in a target project. Let's go ahead and hit export. All right, so you're presented where you're going to put your reference data. This part's very important. We happen to have a reference data document store folder, right? This one just happens to be in this particular project, and we've already named it. Naming convention, very important. I start with RD for reference data, the name of the reference data file, and then the date in which it's being exported or created or versioned the first time, right? So this is the naming convention that I use. I'm going to write over it. We're going to hit save. Yes, I want to replace it. There we go. We've successfully exported this. Before I move over to the import, I want to talk about what it doesn't include in reference data. Let's go ahead and close this. All right. So if you've created any custom Sparx SQL, any of your own, like for instance, I have my own custom SQL here and various types of SQL, of utilities. I'll talk about this in another video. I'll try to include the link below. Let's just go to the first one. So we've created custom SQL. This does not come across using export and import reference data. I show in another video how to export any custom SQL that you've built for yourself or for the project and how to exchange that between projects. There's other advanced ways to migrate project over to a new project. I have another video on that, and I'll try to include that link below. Another thing that I think is sometimes frustrating for folks is it does not bring over your workspaces. So my workspaces, there's a video for this, how to create your own custom workspaces. It does not bring those across, all right? These are Sparx individual instances only. So you and your teammates have the ability to create your own My Workspaces. However, you can share workspaces across projects, and I will do a video on that a little bit later on. But I just wanted to make sure I'm clear on what is included in reference data and what's not included in reference data. All right, we're over in a blank Sparx project I created. It's new. There's nothing in here. I'm in the default layout, browser on the left, properties on the right, and notes in the lower right. All right, so there's nothing in here. We can go to the construct tab. We can go over to project management, QA, statistics, and you can see 0. There is nothing in here except for one package, and that just happens to be the root node right here. All right. So we're ready to import. What we're going to do is go to Settings tab, Model panel right here, Transfer, Import Reference Data. We're going to select the file where we stored the file that we exported. RD, we're sure we're in reference data, and we're ready to go. Right, so we're going to hit Open, and these are the items, the categories on which we exported. And I'm just going to select the first one, hit Shift, select the last one. You can certainly pick and choose, oh, I only want to bring this one in or that one in, but we're going to bring all of them in. We're going to hit Import, and these are now successfully imported into this blank project. Now, a check that I do before I continue is I go to Construct, I go to QA and Project Management, Stats. Okay, nothing came across. We didn't want anything came across. All we wanted was our reference data. So let's check that. We're going to go to Settings. What I like to do is make sure that I got my tag values. Yes, they came across. I didn't bring over any stereotypes. Definitely didn't do anything with cardinality. Let's go over and look at resources. Got my patterns. Here they are. I'm good with that. My report templates. Let's go to our custom report templates. Let's see here, fragments, templates, good. Just check a couple of them. They all came across. All right. The next thing is in our model images. Let me go to the right one. Images. We just brought in our logo. All right. And so we're good here. Congratulations. You just exported and imported your reference data. All right. So let's test things here. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's go over to Project Browser right here. I'm going to leave stats up to show something, and we're going to create a package in here. And this package is simply going to be called main. That's going to be our main landing page. And we're going to use a class diagram, learn how to do this in the channel. We're going to go to resources in the project browser. Let's bring in some reference data, model patterns. Let's just bring in our cover page, right click, add in here. And there we go. Reusable reference data. All right. So you've learned how to build cover pages. And now we have all of our reference data to start this project up. We have all of our document templates for reporting and much more. All right. Roll back over to the stats page. Nothing changed here. We're going to reload project statistics, and nothing has changed here. Right. So we're going to reload the project. Yes. Thank you very much. Save that. Appreciate it so much. There we go. We're back. We're in Construct, QA, Stats, and there we go. Now we have two packages. We've got a diagram. We have 6 elements. They came across with our pattern, and we have some boundary in here and some other stuff, right? So that just shows you that everything is working fine when it comes to reference data, bringing it in and starting your project. Thanks very much for watching this. Let me know if you've got any questions, concerns down in comments below. I'll try to get back to you on that. Are you interested in reference data? Do you have any problems managing your reference data? Again, let us know in comments down below. We'll try to address, support, and pass that intelligence on. All right? Share and pass forward. Until that next video, happy modeling.